What's up? What's up? What?
You live?
Not in everything, but I'm getting it. How you doing?
I'm confused.
You confused? What you
Yes.
confused about?
I'm confused that you just went live and you ain't like, hey, I'm finna go live. You ain't say nothing.
You're not that confused. What's up, you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Sonia, come on in the room. You in the room? You in the room?
I don't really know if I'm in the room.
Oh, you're in the room. Chill out. Y'all, drop it in the chat as you guys come in. Let me know who is here. Who is here? I am super geek today. It's countdown time, Tonya.
Countdown. What we counting down to?
What is today? Is today day 16 or 15? Do you know?
It's one of them days. I gotta make me a post.
What's up, Chris?
Chris who?
Terrell.
What's up,
What's
Chris?
up, Charlene?
Chris got his ticket. Charlene got her VIP ticket.
Her and Jerome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, if you haven't got your tickets for the conference, you are literally doing yourself a disservice.
Ooh, that was deep, Ashley. I like
a disservice to
girl, you be
yourself.
getting, girl, I don't know who you become when you get on this camera, but
First
you
of
be
all, I'm this all day, every
you
day.
be
Don't
going
act
like
that.
you be like,
don't do that. Don't
you
do
be
that.
digging sometimes when you be on
But
this camera.
seriously,
That was a good one.
seriously, you guys,
You're
make
doing
sure
yourself a disservice if you're not in the room.
make sure you get in the room. Make
mm.
sure that whatever you do, I was literally talking to someone last night and they was just like, I can't afford to get in the room. So I'm gonna tell you, you can't afford not to get in the room. So to everybody that's going to these Chris Brown concert tonight that didn't win free tickets, Chris Brown is not gonna get you a return on your investment.
Get the priorities together.
You gonna give yourself a return. So I can't wait to see all the reels. Yasmin's gonna be there. I'm excited. I had to give up my ticket. Yasmin actually won some tickets yesterday. And I was supposed to go because I teased her about the last time Chris Brown was in Birmingham. We paid for her to go with Antonio's sister. And I'm like, you should have paid for me to go. And then yesterday she won tickets and she's like, let's go. She was already going hands down no matter what. She was like, let's go. And Tanya was like, you got a coaching call tonight? And I cannot do this with these kiddos and you expect me to log on and know what I'm doing.
At all. Not that much pressure. I could do one or the other now.
One or the other.
I could have either watched the kids or I could have did the coaching call. But when you put them together, you have crossed my level of understanding.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. So, what's up, Haley? What's up, Sheila? What's up, James? Hey, EJ. Hey, Jennifer. It was good seeing you yesterday, Jennifer.
Yes. The
Jennifers. It's good seeing the Jennifers.
So all that being said, we got a few more tickets left for the conference, man. Get in the room. Do what you got to do. Don't miss out. I want to say thank you to our sponsors real quick.
Absolutely.
You got X Flipper Academy. You got Junk Fathers.
Southeastern Removal. Salvage. Farmers Insurance. There you go.
I started
I didn't
this
think
line.
you could see it, so I was trying to help you.
Man, just finish off.
Timberline Inspections. Make sure you reach out to our sponsors if you need anything. Junk Fathers, as Sonia said, for any junk removal, for dumpsters. Southeastern Salvage for any of your decor needs. When it comes to flooring, when it comes to Butcher Block has been a really hot thing there. But then all of your decorations, like you need mirrors, you need whatever you need, vanities, and you want something different than you're normally going to see at Home Depot, Lowe's, make sure you check them out because listen, they got everything you need, I promise. Timberline Inspections, make sure if you need any inspections before or after you buy your property, reach out to Cody. He's amazing. And then those funding for all your funding needs, right? I didn't go too long. All right, let's get it, you guys. What's up, Q? What's up, Dolores? What's up? Happy Chris Breezy Day.
Ain't no damn thing. Ain't no damn Chris Breezy Day.
It's a Chris Breezy Day. I
Get the
saw a
hell
couple
out
of
of
Chris
here.
right there.
Get the hell
What's
out.
up,
What's up,
LaWanda?
LaWanda?
Happy Chris Breezy Day, family. Because the whole city is on fire for Chris Breezy. You're absolutely welcome, Jennifer.
All
What's
right.
up, Sean?
So we are going to bring to the stage our friend, our mastermind partner, Mr. Sean Young.
Absolutely.
Mr. Sean Young, what's up, JE? Is a real estate entrepreneur himself. He has multiple hats he wears.
Yes.
He is an extraordinary man. But today we're going to talk about virtual assistants.
Yes. I know a lot of you are always in my DMs and you're asking me, what do I use a virtual assistant for? How do I get a virtual assistant? Like, what does that process look like? There was a post that Austin wrote yesterday, and I hope he's in because I told him to make sure he came. Sorry, I decoded for today's training, but he was literally saying, I need a virtual assistant. And if there's any virtual assistants available, make sure you send me a DM or let me know because I need to hire one like ASAP. And I'm like, well, you're just in luck because for one, getting a virtual assistant just isn't going to work.
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Johnny. Can't wait to see you on Tuesday.
All right. So I'm going to ask this question real. I know the answer. Johnny, not do you have VAs, but how many VAs do you have?
How many virtual assistants?
And right now, that's Johnny Lenham. He is coming to REI Live to talk about multifamilies. I know he got VAs because honestly, I met him because his VA messaged me. And I was like, okay, I see. And I don't know what the message was about.
It was he had a conference that he was doing, and his VAs were messaging and they were promoting it in the different
groups. So like I was like, okay, all right. So I know Johnny got him. So understand that he got 4 VAs. Appreciate it. So if you are really trying to become a business owner and not just have a high paying job, man, dive into this VA thing, man. It's powerful.
Absolutely.
It's I can't even stress how powerful it is until you start doing it.
Let's just say how many VAs we have. We have 5 VAs, and today we just hired our 6th VA.
Telling you, it changes things, y'all. So what I want to do is I consider Sean an expert in this VA category.
Absolutely.
He's the man. I'm going to let him give us a presentation on VAs. Whatever you do, man, make sure you ask questions. Don't be like Ashley and after years and years of not wanting VAs because she thought they were going to steal her information.
Yeah, I did think that. I forgot about that, Tonio.
I know. I was saying, let's hire a VA for years, and she was like, no. Do
it. Me and Yasmin can handle everything.
Nope. Take some action, y'all.
Yeah.
That's one of the secrets to highly successful people is they're taking action and they're using VAs at a fraction of the cost. And man, our VA so smart, y'all. They be amazing me.
Absolutely. All right, enough about us.
All right, let's go.
Sean, how are you today?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on, Ashley and Antonio. Always a pleasure.
No problem.
Thank you. We're excited. We're excited because, like Antonio said, we know the power of it, but we also know that you deal with VAs on a whole different level.
Facts.
Indeed. Yeah, I deal with the VAs on a different level from the perspective of I own a VA company. So I definitely do deal with them from a different perspective. I make sure that my clients are matched with the best VAs for their needs based on the VA skill sets and some other things that we do specifically here at REI World Solutions that we'll discuss a little bit later on. But man, thank you all for being here and joining us. I see some people in the audience that I recognize. Johnny, what's up, man? What's up? But quite looking forward to questions, guys, to be as interactive as possible. Any questions you got, throw them out there. This is all about you guys. So anything we can do to help.
Yep.
Absolutely. Type your questions in the chat as we're going through. I'll stop Sean or Antonio in between, but this is for you. All right. This is to make sure that you're not just being a one woman show, but you're scaling and getting to the next level by getting the assistance and help that you need. That's not going to take you out of business. All right.
that's not going to take you forever to get to. Like,
yeah,
Right.
If we would have hired VAs sooner, it would have been much farther. Like,
yeah.
it was years before we hired a VA. And did we hear about it? Did we know about it? Yes, but
We didn't understand.
We didn't
it.
really understand it. So understand that. Take some action to get something. Go, Sean. It's on you. Can you share Sean's screen, Ashley?
Yeah.
Yep, let's jump right into it. So guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. We're going to be talking today about virtual assistants and how you can use AI enhanced, specifically virtual assistants, to enhance your business without breaking the bank, because that's super important, guys, is on getting the right VAs. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. A brief overview of what we're going to be discussing today is going to be what is an AI enhanced virtual assistant, the penalties of not hiring the right VA, the benefits of using an REI World Solutions AI enhanced virtual assistant, some of our key features, tasks that virtual assistants can do for you, and why would you want to choose REI World Solutions virtual assistants over the competitors. We'll wrap it up with pricing and guarantees at the end. And just for being on this call today, guys, we got a special gift for you at the end.
Make sure you stay to the end now.
Got to stay to the end. Got to stay to the end. All right, so let's jump right into it. What is an AI enhanced virtual assistant? So I'm not going to read this word for word, but I'm going to break it down to you in the simplest terms as possible. An AI enhanced VA is basically someone who's a skilled professional who's going to provide remote administrative or operational support for real estate professionals. That's whether you're an investor, an agent, a broker, you work for a firm, using advanced AI technology. That's the key factor. I'm sure you all have been hearing about AI. What is this AI stuff? AI is going to take over. AI. It's all over the place. So there is no getting away from AI. AI is here to stay, just like the internet is here to stay. You know, some people can say, I'll think about it when I have to, but right now is the time to be getting involved and understanding how you can leverage AI in your business. So having a virtual assistant who's skilled in that area in today's market is super important.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the penalties of not hiring the right VA? You want to ask yourself a couple of questions, guys. How many tasks do you have to take care of each day? You know, how much time does that actually take you to go through these tasks? And how much money is it costing you by not outsourcing these tasks to a professionally trained AI enhanced virtual assistant?
Oh.
Any questions out there so far?
No questions just yet, but I'm just thinking about tasks. And for example,
You finna jump ahead.
Wait, okay, I'm not gonna do it yet. Go, Sean.
No, it's all good. Jump in whenever you want to. Now, guys, some important factors that you need to consider when you're out there looking for your own virtual assistant and you want to make sure that they're a good fit for you and your organization is you got to make sure that you understand what your needs are and that you can clearly define the tasks and responsibilities that you're going to expect your VA to handle. Wouldn't you guys think that's important, Ashley and Antonio, being able to understand
Absolutely.
what you need to delegate first?
That's first.
That's the first thing.
Indeed, that's got to be the first thing. And again, a lot of people fumble right there. And, you know, they say, I know I need to hire somebody, but then they hire them and then they're sitting around not really knowing what to do. So another important factor is their experience level. You need to know, you know, can they handle what you need them to do? Do they have the experience? Ask them to describe, you know, one of their past employers that they work for. Ask them what some of the tools were that they used to make sure that they are familiar with our actual industry and know how to get through the type of calls that you're going to need them to get through. Whether you guys are wholesalers, whether you're doing creative deals, whether you guys are looking for houses to fix and flip, whatever your approach is, that's not important. You got to still make sure that the VA is skilled to handle and skilled and equipped to handle those type of calls. Absolutely. So that leads us into number 3 as well, which is basically assessing their technical skills. You know, which software are they familiar with? All that good stuff. You want to gauge their problem solving abilities. This is super duper important. You don't want to hire somebody just because they seem friendly over the telephone. You've got to put them in predicaments or in situations to see how they overcome it, to see if they're a good fit for you. So have them describe a challenging situation that they faced and have them describe exactly how did they solve it.
Pause right there, Sean.
Will do.
I think that right there is probably the key. If you are going to be exiting your business, then you need to make sure that you are getting someone that is going to be able to help you solve problems, because you don't need every problem to come to you, because at that point you're spending more time putting out fires and doing those things versus income producing tasks. So
Facts.
make sure that whatever VA you choose, that they're able to think through problems, and then if they try it and they can't solve it, then they bring it to you. So that way you're not being faced with an obstacle every 5 minutes.
Super important.
I gotta totally agree with number one.
Okay.
Understand the task. Like I would say 80% of the people I talk to that hired a VA and failed at it is because they didn't do their homework on the front end. They didn't have tasks clearly identified. They didn't have policies and procedures clearly identified on what that VA was going to do. And if you don't have that stuff clearly identified, you're going to spend more time trying to train them and get them right than you're actually going to gain by hiring them. It's going to don't ask me how I know. Just don't ask me how I know. All right, just know that it's going to take more time dealing with them than it took you to actually just do the task.
And at that point, you're gonna be doing two jobs: the VA job and still trying to do your job late at night.
So if you ain't got 5 to 10 tasks outline how to do it, step 1, step 2, step 3, don't hire a VA just yet. Go, Sean.
Those are super important points. So as you are doing even things that you're doing in your business right now, you want to be tracking that. You want to be capturing that somehow, recording yourself, going through calls, recording yourself using your tools in a Zoom session, share your screen so that you can share those things with a VA, when you're hiring them through outside companies. Absolutely. You also want to test their communication skills. How clearly are they communicating to you? All that's going to be important, because if they can't communicate to you, that's going to translate over to the client. You got to understand their work environment. It's very important to make sure that they have a sound environment that's not chickens going off in the background or roosters going. That's really important, guys. And you there's a lot of VA services out there that you hire a VA and it's all kind of commotion going on, like they're doing business right on the side of the street or something. So that's important. You got to also make sure that they can handle the equipment, or handle like the internet rates, their computers can handle doing the tasks for you, so that they're not going to be reaching out to you every 5 minutes or so saying, hey, my computer's crashing or this is down. And a site that you guys could use to get that accomplished is speedtest.net. So that'll help them to get that report. So make sure you get that. Super important. And almost last but not least is the cultural fit. You've got to make sure that these people are somebody that you can work with. Are they, a good fit for you? Get them on the telephone, jump in a Zoom meeting, look at them eye to eye, have a regular conversation, ask them, hey, what'd you do this weekend? Break the ice, make sure that they are a good fit for your company and that they are somebody that you would like to grow with as well. Next is, and finally, you want to make sure, like, what are their hours of availability? The worst thing that you can do is hire a virtual assistant and then assume that they could work any particular hours, only to find out that they're only available to work 3 hours a day, because after they get done working your 3 hours, they're going to go work for Sam and then Jeff and then Tony's business. So all those things are factors that prevent people from seeing success with using virtual assistants. And like Antonio said, ask us, how do we know? Because we've done this so many times. We've done this so many times. We failed at it. But you can't quit. Once you fail, you got to fail your way forward. But we fail so much. I fail so much at this that I figured there's got to be a better way. So I actually went to the Philippines. I figured out this process, learned how do these call centers operate, how do virtual assistants, what is the typical, setup like? How does it look for them when they are being onboarded to a new client? I wanted to understand the entire process. So that's why I created my own solution. I said, you know what? I'll just create the solution for me. I know what I need. I'll create my own solution and provide a solution for others in the exact same predicament. So that brings us down to the final part of this slide, which is We at REI World Solutions handle all of those steps for you. So I'll back it up a little bit. Understanding your needs, their experience, access and technical skills, gauging their problem solving abilities, test their communication skills, understanding work environment, cultural fit, availability, and time management will all be handled by REI World Solutions. Super important. As Antonio mentioned earlier, if you don't have this stuff in place, you've just given yourself a second job when you've hired a virtual assistant, and it's not going to work out too good for you. All right. So what are some of the benefits of using an REI enhanced virtual assistant? Cost effectiveness, increased productivity, flexibility, and scalability. So Ashley mentioned this earlier, as well as Antonio. They talked about what does a business actually look like. Most businesses out here, it's you wearing all these hats. So let's look at the levels of business from level 1 to level 7. Level 1 is you. You're wearing all the hats. You're doing the admin work, the lead gen, the conversion, which is acquisitions, the exit strategy, which is dispositions. You're handling everything. Level 2, you might get your VA for some admin, offload some of the admin stuff for you. And as you see, as we go further and further and further, more and more things are, you see that you disappears out of this equation as we get down to level 7, which is when the business is actually working and you are able to work on the business instead of working so much in that business. Absolutely. And that's the goal. That's what we want to get to. That's why Antonio and Ashley just mentioned that they've brought on their 5th or 6th VA today, because that's how you scale. That's how you scale your business and get things accomplished that you cannot possibly do on your own.
Absolutely.
All right. So these are those 7 layers just broken down. You got the solopreneur. You're doing it all. You got the next level, which is a virtual assistant for administration. You got your outsourcing lead manager. You're starting to scale lead generation a little bit. You got your your acquisitions, which is bringing in professionals to handle acquisitions for you. Expanding up, which is scaling to the lead generation process. Delegation, assigning roles and responsibilities to a team member. Now you're at the business owner level. That's the level, again, where I just said you can start working on the business and not so much in your business. And that's what we strive for. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So just very briefly, guys, like what separates us from some other companies, or what are some of our unique selling points at REI World Solutions? Well, many VA companies out here, they're a jack of all trades, and your VA is most likely the same way. They probably just got done working for maybe a lumber company. They could have worked for a telecom company. They could have worked for a number of companies before coming to you and have no real estate experience or no industry experience. They don't necessarily have to have real estate experience, but having experience in our industry, knowing verbiage, all those things are crucial key factors. So unlike, other platforms out there, we do that for you. We make sure that we bring in, through our screening process, professionally trained, monitored, and managed virtual assistants. So you guys, again, you don't have to worry about those things that really cause the most failures when you do bring on a VA. We handle that for you up front.
Sweet.
You been say something?
Go, you're good.
Indeed. Skills and expertise, reliability, professionalism. These are some of the things that, again, separate us. Flexibility, scalability, communication, and collaboration. I want you guys to basically understand that you need a team. Having just a VA is good, but when you've got a team to help you out with that VA, even better.
All right, I got to go back one, Sean. I got a question for you. So, communication and collaboration. So, with your VAs, are all of them talking English? Are they talking broken English? Like what's that language barrier like?
Man, great question, great points, and great questions. Well, first of all, before I specifically answer that, let me put something out there, or put something into perspective. When most of us right now call customer support, whether it's for AT&T, Verizon, Xfinity, you're probably going to get somebody on the phone that's based in the Philippines. I know because I saw their headquarters when I was out there. So I know for sure that they are located and doing business out there. So that's first, is that it's becoming culturally accepted here in the States to hear somebody with an accent over the telephone or with a slight accent. But at REI World Solutions, we definitely understand how crucial having an accent that is familiar to our people who are in this country is. So we have ongoing accent training. Even before they can come in, they have to have a particular level of an accent, which is, in my perspective, they've got to sound clear. Can I understand you? And it's not me. I'm not screening all these virtual assistants for our company, but those are the processes that we go through. Can you speak clear English? And if you do have a little bit of broken English, let me tell you what, guys, our VAs have ongoing accent coaching. So once they actually come into our fold, they pass our 3-step onboarding process. They have ongoing accent training to address that issue for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. All of my
Great
VAs,
question.
they have an accent, a really strong accent. They just aren't customer VAs. But how much better could it be if they had that type of training?
Agree. That's
Facts,
sweet.
right.
Good job. Good job. Okay. I took you off a little bit. I'm sorry, but
no, that was a great question. That's a great question. Great question. Another great point, another thing that separates us again is that we provide training and support. Each VA comes with a trainer and a manager. So you're not asking, like, if you've got things you want to roll out to the VA, let us know. Your trainer will roll it out to the VA for, on your behalf. Again, we don't just throw a VA to you and say, good luck, pay us each week and good luck. No, we basically act as an HR department between you and your virtual assistant. So I'm going to back up one slide here. When we were talking about the communication and collaboration, you've got to have a clear path to communicate with your VAs on a daily basis. And we provide that. So from day one, we're going to set you up with a free platform that's going to allow you to communicate with your virtual assistant each and every day. They're going to check in with you. Hey, good morning. How's it going? At the end of the day, they're going to provide you with a report. This is how many calls we made, how many connects we made, or if they're an admin VA, they're going to break down exactly what they've done for you for the day. And we do have admin VAs as well. So that's the type of communication that you need. You need an end of the week report. You need to understand what your VA is doing at all times without having to spend the time to actually hover and micromanage them. Again, if you're doing that, that's another job you just created for yourself.
All right, I got a question in the chat. Jennifer
Let's
says, how do you keep up with the hours worked by the VA? And how do you know that they actually work those hours?
Awesome question. Awesome question. Well, if you're using another company, other sources and companies out there, that's a big concern. That was a big concern for me. I failed horribly at hiring. I hired so many VAs and couldn't get the traction that I really needed for various reasons. And one of those reasons is because I couldn't really verify what they were doing at all times. I didn't know if they were actually in the systems. I couldn't verify any of that. At REI World Solutions, we monitor all of our virtual assistants. We actually have a tool that randomly screen records them as well. So we've got 2 layers of monitoring. The tools that they utilize have monitoring capabilities, such as their dialer systems, as well as the CRM. And we use another tool that screen records their actual work in progress. So we've got contingencies in place for all of that. Great question.
Absolutely. All right. One more question. How are the VAs normally paid? How are they normally paid?
Great question. That brings us to the final section here, which is clear billing and pricing. And we're going to go about that just a little bit more in a couple of more slides, but they're paid through, you're going to sit down with our team and they're going to explain to you, how do you pay each week? Companies out here, they use PayPal, they use Wise, they use a number of different payment methods because the VAs are based overseas. And we understand that. So we make it super easy for our US based clients to make their payments. And when you do come on with us as a client, you have an onboarding session with your VA's trainer, and your VA's manager, where they actually sit down with you and explain to you, how do you make your payments each week? Who do you communicate concerns with? If you have any questions. So you'll always be made aware on how to handle all that stuff with a good company out here.
Sweet. Great questions, you guys.
Great questions.
Awesome questions. And we already talked about this, which is, you got to make sure you communicate your specific needs clearly to your VA. And all that's important, clearly to us, and so we can match your needs to the skill set of the VA. So these are just
right
some of the tasks. These are some of the tasks that an REI World Solution AI enhanced virtual assistant can do for you. And I'm not, again, I won't read over all the bullet points, but I'll open up each slide so that you guys can see it. And I'll just hit on the, the main bullet points. But these are some of the tasks, because you might be asking yourself, what can I even use a virtual assistant for? Well, here you go. Calling, texting, which is like the initial outreach. So if you guys are afraid to get on the phone, or you maybe not afraid, but you don't have the bandwidth, the time to get on the phone, that's again where a virtual assistant can come in and make that outreach for you. They can make so many calls in such a short amount of time that you can't make, again, unless that's what you're dedicating yourself to do, is be a outreach person or a cold caller. That's again another crucial part. So calling, texting,
that was
follow-up
my biggest pain
communication.
point. I hated getting on the phones, and I would literally have to psych myself up every day just to get through my calls real quick until a call actually came and I had to answer it. But I hated the initial outreach, and I would ball up every day, be in the office by myself, knowing that I had to do this task. So yeah, calling and texting, if that's not your thing, let that be one of the first things you give to your VA, so that only do things that give you energy. If it don't give you energy, delegate it.
Right. And speaking on that, like follow up, once people do the outreach and actually get, someone interested, they'll, like I know a lot of people out here are leaving a ton of money on the table because they won't do the follow up. So
the key is the follow up.
Having a VA. Say it again, Antonio.
I say the key is the follow up. In whatever business you in, the key is in the follow up.
Facts. The money is in the database. The money is in the follow up, guys. So again, in our space, especially if you are a wholesaler, if that's your exit strategy, your main exit strategy, or it doesn't actually matter what your exit strategy is, the initial to initially acquire that property, it's going to take at least 8 touches on average, 8 to 9 touches on average. So if you don't have a strong follow-up game and you just reach out one time and you just one time and everybody, you're wasting time. So it won't work.
Right.
That's a good one. Chris asks how much are VAs paid. We're going to talk about it at the end, Chris.
Great question though.
Good question. Great question.
How much they pay though?
Yep, that's a great question. And another thing that VAs can be doing for you is gauging prospects for interest, qualifying these leads for you. Again, that's a huge part that people don't want to do, especially when it comes to cold calling. They don't want to call somebody out of the blue and say, hey, I'm Jeff. I'm calling about your property at one. They don't want to hear that. And it can get hung up on 20, 30 times a day, 40, 50 times a day, and then keep doing it. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to be able to, get hung up on, or, just be able to navigate through those things. So super important. You got to provide detailed information for follow-up. So those are another things that VAs can do for you: lead profiling, lead research. So why would you want to choose a REI World Solutions AI enhanced VA? Here we are. Here's some of our team and our staff. As you can see, there I am in the middle. And here's some more of our staff again, as well as some clients. We're headquartered here in Atlanta, Georgia, so we are U.S. based. So that's huge. I know a lot of people, always say, well, where are your VAs based? Well, our VAs are based in the Philippines, but we are a U.S. based company, always available to you. Our VAs all come with a college degree. They're all highly educated. They've got years of cold calling experience as part of the requirement to come on board with us. Strong English speaking ability, which we talked about earlier. And they're expertly managed, and that they're all continuous training is always provided. So having a VA that's managed, monitored is super important. Not just, again, hiring somebody and then you don't know what to do with them, but pay them every week and you don't know if you're paying them for anything other than hoping that they can get you a deal or something. And that's not really the approach we want to take.
Right.
Also, you've got to know how to leverage AI technology nowadays, which is GPT, knowing how to use prompts properly, knowing how to get data instantaneously that, just a year ago, you had to pay, hundreds or thousands of dollars to get some certain data. Now you can instantaneously get this information to help you be more proficient, to help your businesses grow. Like, let me give you an example. This is a nugget that I'm gonna throw out to you guys. Let's say that you want to reach out to find some more leads. And you need a lead source, right? A lead source that you can reach out to is junk removal companies. Now, you don't want to necessarily call all these junk removal companies. That's where your VA comes in. Your VA can reach out. They can text these companies. They can send them, they can call them or text them. So I'm just giving you guys ideas on how to use virtual assistants. And I could go way deeper into that, but outside of the traditional way. And when you come on board with us and we have our strategy session, that's what we do. We actually sit down with you to see where is your business, what are you doing, and how can we make it better. Again, we're not just giving you a VA to make calls. That's not what you need.
All right, I got a question. And it is
she's beautiful.
Random. Some of our audience are new to real estate. Do you recommend somebody new to real estate hiring a virtual assistant, or talk to us about that?
I hear that question so much. That is super important, and it is a very great question and a good question. I have one answer for that. If you are brand new to this business and you've never done anything and your funds are limited, I would say do as much as you can on your own first. Get your feet wet as much as possible. Stumble through these calls, practice, know that you're going to get, hung up on most likely. Whatever the case is, you've got to get a little bit of practice in my opinion, if you're limited on funds. Now, if you have the ability to hire a professionally trained, monitored, and managed virtual assistant, then that's a little bit different. Now you can work with a company that can show you how to manage your virtual assistant versus you having to know these things or know, what do I need to tell them? What do I want? No, you get with a company that can provide you with SOPs, provide you with your standard operating procedures. They can provide you with recommended tools that are, industry standards. That's a company that's working with you. So great question. So remember, if you're brand new, you have limited funds, do as much as you can on your own. But if you can hire a professionally trained VA, make sure you do it with a company that can handle those things on your behalf.
Absolutely.
Great question. Great question. That brings us to our next slide, which is Hannah. Hannah has been with me now for 5 years. Now, she was hired first as a cold caller, but she quickly demonstrated, as Antonio and Ashley mentioned earlier, most of these virtual assistants, their skill set is out of the roof. You just have to know how to maximize their skill set and their talents and leverage it for your business and skill set. So with Hannah, she quickly demonstrated that cold calling was not the limit for her. So I promoted her into a transaction coordinator within my organization, where she continued to excel, continued to, get everyone up under her sharper and sharper. So, she's now my executive assistant. She's basically my right hand to all of my organizations, all of my companies. She handles the day-to-day operations for all of that. So, and she came from my company. So she was that's what you want to do. You want to, just like an employer, an employee who's looking for work out here, they don't want to just be with a company that's going to be a temporary work assignment. They really want to find a company that they can grow with, and vice versa. When you guys are looking for VAs, you don't want to look for someone that's just going to come in and, do something, a one-off thing. If you're looking for that, go to Fiverr or something and pay someone to do a task for you. Absolutely. But if you're looking for a team member, hiring the proper team member, you've got to go about it the proper way.
Absolutely. Well said.
All right, guys, let's talk about one of our clients and how one of our client successes. Chelsea is one of the clients. That's her name. That's one of the VA's name, right? So in 2023, she using the batch dialer system, which is a multi-dialer tool. There's plenty of them out there. There's Mojo. There's plenty of them out there. Batch dialer is one of them. So in a year's time, she made 135,939 dials. She had 14,000 contacts with a contact rate of 5.15% and 8 contacts per hour, which generated 297 leads. So on a weekly average, she was generating 2,614 calls weekly, 269 contacts, 5.15%, and contacts per hour was at 8. The leads that she was generating per week was at 5. This is on average. In 2023, Chelsea sourced $400,342 of income for that client's wholesaling business. He paid that VA $18,492. Would y'all say that that's a return on an investment?
That's definitely a return on the investment. If you guys feel like that's the return, let me see your heart. Let me see your heart if you feel like that's a
thumbs
return.
up or son. Give me some money signs.
Money signs, money signs, thumbs up. And that's what this is all about, is maximizing your returns on your investment. Your time is investment. Your funds that you put into projects or business, you've got to see what are you getting out of it. So
absolutely. I see y'all.
So any lead generation should be a wonderful ratio. And that's how you know that you're doing pretty well. Okay, I spend this is what I make from it. And again, 18,000 spent, 400,000 made. We in there. Those are the type of numbers that we want to shoot for. Of course, this isn't guaranteed with every client. And we're not saying that these are numbers that our VAs are going to guarantee for you. We're just telling you this is one of our client successes. I've got a podcast full of success stories of clients, crushing it, doing very, very well with the use of a VA and whatever sources of guidance that they're using out there. So.
And I will say something that's not directly tied to VAs, but just in general in business. And if you want to make more money, make more offers. And if you want to make more offers, get more leads. So it's all a trickle effect. The more leads you have, the more offers you make, the more money you make. So you got to understand that that's business and that's where it starts. So if you're generating that many leads, you're making that many offers, you have no choice but to make some money.
And so let me say this. You can't do it all still. You can't generate the leads, make the offers, and make more money and not be exhausted.
Ain't no way around that.
No way around it. So you got to get a team to help you generate more leads and to make more offers so that you can close more deals.
Facts. That's it, guys. This is a numbers game. This isn't emotional. It's never emotional. It's always just a numbers game. We look at the numbers and we say, okay, this is what it takes. Okay, well, this is what I need to do to get more. And that's it. It's just like a diet or working out. If you want to increase and gain weight, you say, okay, I got to increase my caloric intake. If I want to decrease weight, I got to lower my caloric intake. It's simple things that we need to do. But the reason why, again, we make things complicated is because we as people are complicated people. Sometimes we got to get out of our own way and use systems and processes that are proven and, tried and true that are out there.
Absolutely.
Brings us into pricing and guarantee, guys. Pricing and guarantee. So
you talked about Chris. Earlier.
Go ahead, Antonio.
I was telling Chris, here go his answer.
Yeah. Here you go, Chris. Right here. How much does a virtual assistant cost? Well, here in the US, you're going to pay between $35 to $75. Even in the UK, it's all the same pricing. To get a AI enhanced, professionally trained virtual assistant that's college educated, at least a 4-year degree, you're at least looking at $35 to $25, per hour. And, in other countries, it's going to vary as well. So I'm sure you guys, if you have even considered looking into a VA, you'll know that they have VAs in Brazil. They've got VAs in Egypt, Africa, all over Africa. I mean, there's VAs everywhere. The Philippines, India, and they're going to range in price. They're going to vary between, I'd say, $5 to $15 on average. You're going to find some that are a little above that, and you're going to find some that are a little below that. And it's for whatever reason that they've attached to that. But one thing I could clearly tell you guys is be very, very careful of trying to shortcut yourself or saying, you know what, I'm going to try to find a VA that's, you know, $3,
Super
$4,
cheap.
$5 an hour. Because what I want you to consider is if that VA is, especially if they're working for an agency, if you're paying them $5 an hour, it's most likely that agency is probably taking 2 to 3 of those dollars per hour. So now you have a VA that's making $2 per hour. You're probably using them on a part-time basis. They're not incentivized to do well for you or to stick around for you. So it's just a human nature thing. So I want you to understand again why a lot of people fail with VAs. These are some of the things that people don't talk about or they don't consider. They don't say, man, how come my VAs aren't working? They say, well, man, I know my friend Jeff, he has a VA. He said he paid $5 for his VA and he's been with them for a year. Anomalies happen every day. Shooting stars happen every day, but I can't track them. I can't track a shooting star. So what we do is we put things in place that make things more trackable and more able to predict. So by paying and attracting the particular type of VA, that gives you, the client, the better VA in the end. Sure, that makes sense. You're hiring the
make a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Victoria say Australia.
Absolutely. And I just want to piggyback on it. I picked a really cheap VA, and to this day, I probably had this VA for about 4 or 5 years. To this day, I was up the other night correcting work, and Yasmin manages the VAs, and he sent Yasmin some files and said, hey, these are the files that I did. And I was so furious because no, these are not the files you did. These are the files that I redid. And you just sent them back to Yasmin as if you did it. But that's my cheapest VA, and I literally get what I asked for.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that we were just talking about that earlier. Like, so no, you can't go with the cheapest and think that you're not going to still be doing the work that you're giving them to do. And after 5 years, you'll think that we already got some understanding and we know, but no, that's not his level of expertise. Like, he's not a decision maker. He's not problem solving. He's just checking off a box.
Right. Yeah, and that is crucial, man. Like you really need somebody who's a team member who's really in it for you. They bring you ideas. They let you, because they're doing it every day, so they can bring things to you and say, hey, you know what? Hey, Chris, or hey, Ashley, hey, Antonio, this is what I saw while I was doing this today. Can we consider maybe looking into doing things this way, or maybe consider this approach? You know, you've got to have someone who's really actively involved in your business if you want to see success.
Absolutely.
So again, guys, and we just talked about it, skill level and experience. Those are factors that determine how much a VA costs, the number of hours that they're going to work, all of that. But here at REI World Solutions, again, we do things a little bit different. And our mission is to provide you guys with high quality AI enhanced virtual assistants for affordable rates. So here's basically how it breaks down. All of our VAs have at least a bachelor's degree. They have to have at least 2 to 5 years of experience in our space, and they're highly skilled. They've got to pass, a number of other tests as well. But those are the 3 criterias of getting into our fold to even be considered to be assigned to you guys. So we've got a flat fee rate, guys. It's $9 per hour with a minimum of 20 hours per week. Why do we have 20 hours per week? And why is that even important? Even if we don't hire our VAs, I want you guys to be armed with information so that when you do make your next hire, you know what to think about and what to look for and to consider. Man, maybe this is why mine isn't working, because I hire VAs for 5 hours a week because that's all I think I need. And yeah, like Ashley said, after 5 years, you're still doing things that they should be very highly skilled at this point. But,
Absolutely.
You've got to have somebody that's there for you. Our VAs are dedicated to you. They can't work for you, and then when their shift is over, work for me or someone else out here. No, they're dedicated to you and you only, and that's very important for data security. A lot of people out here are not as honest as we would like them to be, and they use information from anywhere and they'll give it to their client. Hey, I've got a deal for you because this is the new client they're working for, and they're taking that information from their last client that fired them for whatever the reason. So stuff like that is very, very important to consider when you're given access to your company's information, your company credit cards, however you guys are utilizing VAs, from a cold caller all the way up to an executive assistant. however you're using them, you've got to make sure that they're trustworthy.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, that's it. So finally, 3 key points that you guys can count on with us here at REI World Solutions. We've got a successful onboarding process. Again, you sit down with an onboarding manager to figure out exactly what are your needs. We match those needs to a professionally trained virtual assistant. Takes about 3 to 4 days. Then you have what's called an onboarding meeting with your VA, your VA's manager, and your VA's trainer in a Zoom session where they break down exactly how do you pay each week, who do you communicate with, how do we communicate with you, expectations, all that good stuff, what we're going to do for you. So having the right people and affordable pricing. That's it, guys.
Absolutely.
You got 2 choices. You got 2 choices. You can take the long route, try to figure this all out by yourself, like most people do. And I was one of those, like Ashley Antonio said, when you, especially when you are in like you feel like, hey, I'm a high achiever. I can do this all myself. And you're just starting out at business. It's just because we don't fully understand things yet. So our mentors, we probably didn't have a mentor just yet, telling us how we got to get out of our own way or how we need help to scale. So we try to do everything ourselves. I know I did. And I said to myself, man, there ain't no way I'm dropping this to somebody else to mess up my money. I done spent too much money on my leads and stuff like that. So I didn't want to give it up. I did it all myself. What were we going to say, Ashley?
No, absolutely. Tonio had to force me, and he literally forced me by making a job post. And he was like, "You brainwashed your sister. She doesn't want to get a virtual assistant. We need help. You guys are driving me crazy. We can't keep doing this. Most importantly, we can't keep dropping balls, trying to juggle everything." And I was like, no, no. And it wasn't until I got my first VA and realized how smart she was, how dedicated she was. She was a problem solver. And I was just like, holy crap. I can't believe I wasted this many years, this much income, because there's only so much we could physically produce.
Facts.
Versus what they could do as a team. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Man, great stuff. Great points. So guys, you're hearing us preaching. We're preaching to the choir. We the choir and the preacher. We've been there, done that. We don't want you to have to waste your energy, time, and money failing, your way forward with some of these things that can be provided for you by just getting the having the right people in your network. And having Antonio and Ashley, are great, great people to have in your network, because they bring people like me into you guys' environment to share information with you. So that's key and that's crucial. So that's where it brings us to number 2, your second choice. Your first choice is keep doing what you're doing. Try to do it by yourself, waste time, money, risk your health, family, all that good stuff. Or you can hire a professionally trained, monitored, managed virtual assistant that's going to be dedicated to your success and your business growing and taking to the next level. That's it. It's literally that simple. And guys, everybody who's on this session today, just for attending this training here with us at REI World Solutions and Ashley and Antonio, if you get started in the next 48 hours, we're going to take 50% off of the one-time setup fee. So write down this code FREEDOM. That'll also let us know that Antonio and Ashley are how you saw us. And we'll make sure that we take great care of you guys when you do come on board.
Yep. Miss Gray, thank you. This is awesome, but you need a VA.
You definitely need
do
a VA.
Too many things to not have a VA. Your life can be so much simpler and easier. So I highly recommend you getting you a VA that can help you with a lot of the things that you're doing.
Absolutely. Some of the conversations that you had this morning in your meeting, I think could have been done by a virtual assistant. And even just the multiple businesses, being able to manage all of those, I think absolutely it will help you. I know it will help you.
So I got a left field question, and the answer is probably no.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask it anyway, just to get Sean's feedback.
Let's hear it.
Do your VAs have any marketing skills at all? Or can we train them to do those type of things? Or what's your take on that situation?
Yes,
like
marketing.
posting on
Yeah,
Facebook or something like that.
no, that's a huge space for us. And yes, we definitely have VAs that are skilled in that area. We can find VAs again, all the way from marketers. And they do come with their level of skill set. But again, there's some things in marketing that you want specific. So absolutely, they can be trained and we'll assist with that process to get them to where you need to get. But we've got marketers, we've got, again, executives, any type of admin assistants, cold callers, all that good stuff. Acquisition managers, disposition managers. We've got pretty much any position that you guys could look for. We could match that role.
What's the so I'm being funny now. What's like the highest level of VA you've hired? Like
executive assistant.
Executive assistant. And what does the executive assistant do for you? Like let's all the other stuff. Let's talk about Sean's world.
Yes, makes my life super easy. Has access to my calendar. I've got a lot of things that I do, and I got a lot of businesses that I run, and cross-contaminating things, it can be an issue if you can't manage all that stuff. So anytime I do any trips or anything, it's my VA booking it. I run a podcast. She manages my podcast, all of my guests. Once we record the podcast, she actually puts it all together and puts it all out there. So, she does a lot. She is also my manager for my VAs. So she overlooks and oversees all the VAs. She's our point of contact for most of our clients. She's the main point of contact. So she becomes very popular out there. So she's again my right-hand man. She represents me a lot of the times. She goes out and finds tools. She'll try them out, test them out, and then give them to me as a recommendation. Hey, sir, I think we should probably roll this out, to our clients, versus what we're doing now. She was very instrumental in helping us become batch certified. Our VAs are batch certified. They're prop stream certified. Also, we're partnered with companies such as Wholesaling Inc., which you guys are very familiar with, Connected Investors, and Privy, just to name a few. So a lot of the software companies out here and data companies have utilized our VAs and know that, we are a trusted source to provide for their clients as well. So my assistant, she handles a lot of that. She managed a lot of those relationships. And she handles everything for me. She's literally my like, if you go into an office, to think of a traditional office and there's a lady sitting out front, that's her. But she's got more than just, she's got a superwoman cape on, because the what she does is phenomenal for us. So that's our highest level. That's an executive assistant.
That's what's up.
I love it. I love the fact that you said the highest was your executive assistant, because we have been going through that over the last few months, right? On what does an executive assistant look like from a virtual aspect? Do we need a physical, an in-person executive assistant, or do we need a virtual executive assistant? Do we need two executive assistants, or do we need one? So like that has literally been our conversations back and forth. Literally, we were talking about it last night on what's the next role when it comes to executive assistant. Is it virtually? Is it in person? What does it look like? And I'm just so amazed that, for one, everything that she does for you, because at that point you don't need a physical, in-person executive assistant, because she does that. Absolutely. Oh, I love it.
And I pay her very well. And the thing with my executive assistant is that she's been with me so long that she's like a family member. She's literally like a family member. I have, I was with her the whole time when she went through college. I was with her through COVID when, she lost a family member in COVID, and I felt I lost a family member. So that's that's the type of people that you want working for you. She gets birthday cards, Christmas cards, bonuses. She's very happy to be, or she wouldn't be here this long. She's very happy. And I'm very happy to have her, or I wouldn't have kept her this long. That's 100% for sure. So those are things that you guys got to think about when you're bringing on team members. These aren't just, again, people who could do tasks for you. They are team members, and you should look at it like that from day one. And to answer your question, Ashley, about having two executives, to be 100% honest with you, I'm thinking about doing that as well. Once I'm just waiting to level up just to my next level. And I actually may have a statewide executive, because of there's certain limitations that my VA can't do with some of my banking things, and that's the only limitation. So I've run into that where I've got to involve myself constantly. So I say, you know what, I can have someone else do that for me. So I think that's a great idea. And not only do I think, but I actually have clients right now who are using your exact approach. They have a stateside executive, and they also have one of our VAs as an executive.
Yeah, that's been the question.
Okay.
Any other questions?
She said this is that she's over here like, yeah, this is what I need. Absolutely.
Well, man, we'll be more than happy to take care of you guys. And
how do they get in contact with you, Sean?
Before I get to that next slide, guys, as promised, I want you guys to make sure you screenshot this slide right here so that you can get your free gift for staying on. As we promised, stayed on to the end. We got to give it to you. All right, so you guys got that. So this is how you guys reach us. You head on over to reiworldsolutions.com. Go ahead and get started. Use that 50% off discount code, which is freedom. That again lets us know that you came through this, through the Denmarks, so we can track you that way and make sure we're going to take care of all of our clients, but we're going to take special care of anyone who came on this call.
That's real. Thank you.
And that's by giving you guys that 50% off. So
appreciate
after you receive your payment, you guys are going to, again, we act as your HR department, connecting you with our world-class talent, and you'll be, on your way to success. So just sit back, relax, as this all says, and wait for your new virtual assistant, and we will ensure that we deliver on our end. It's that simple. The website's right there.
Can you go back to the slide before so I can scan that QR code?
Sure. You can either go to the site www.nationwiderealestatemastery.com/opt-in, or you can scan that code right there. Both take you to the free downloads.
Got it. It popped up perfectly.
Perfect. Well, that's it, guys. That's all that I have for you. Do we have any other questions regarding a virtual assistant or anything that I can answer for you guys today?
All right. So I got a question.
Okay.
If y'all got questions, ask y'all questions, because I know y'all think these be for y'all, but they really be for me, y'all. So if you don't ask no questions, I'm gonna get my questions in, because I
get them in.
So who created what I just scanned? Who created that QR code? Who created the website? Who created the optics for?
Wait. Can I answer it for him?
No.
Answer it.
Hannah did that.
Man, this is Hannah. Yeah, you don't think I can do this stuff. I'm not this smart. I ain't this talented.
So Derwin just asked the question.
No, Mr. Smith just asked, do you have VAs that manage social media?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hey, listen, if you want to see the work of a VA, pop that scan back up for me. And listen,
pull it back up.
Those little things like this is done so professional.
Go straight to that website.
It's so
okay.
You're gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
All right.
If I have somebody do this kind of stuff for me.
You got it?
Pull up the actual website.
Oh, the website itself. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So that's what you're trying to see.
No, I went to the QR. I mean, tell them to get the QR code. Yeah. Y'all hit the QR code, man. And look at how nice this website is done. It instantly pops up. The downloads are right there.
It looks like a Linktree page, but it looks so much better than a Linktree page.
Free ebook. Free assignable real estate agreement. Scripts.
You most certainly need a virtual assistant.
Yes, you do too much good work to not have a virtual assistant that's going to keep pumping what you do.
Yeah.
Because your first pump is good, Devron, but with a VA, they can cut it up and even take it farther and put it in more places.
Absolutely. That reel that you just did the other day with the country song, I absolutely love it.
It was kind of fun,
it was so amazing. Yeah. And just imagine if you're just able to shoot, send that to your virtual assistant, they cut it up and they post it for you on your behalf.
Right.
Even with your clients, when it comes to having, yes, you may do the showing, but they can run the numbers for you. They can do the contracts for you. They can send it through DocuSign. Literally, we have, like Sean said, an
Everything.
acquisitions VA that does all of the contracts. And that's work that we don't have to worry about. That's work you don't have to worry about.
Do me a favor, Sean. I know that you are in the X Slipper Academy group. Are you also in the REI Decoded group?
I believe I am. But let me verify. I can verify right now.
So I need you to go into both of those groups and drop this link so that they can get this free information. Like, this is amazing what you are providing them for free. Like, I paid thousands of dollars for what you're giving them for free.
Absolutely.
Indeed. The nationwide list of investor-friendly title companies, guys, that's golden. That's golden right there.
Man.
That's golden.
That's sweet.
Antonio, say the name of that company. Is it Decoded?
Real Estate Investing Decoded.
Okay.
And it's blue and yellow.
Boom, right there. I'm right here. I'm in there. Yep. Here it is.
Miss Grace said, I now wear every hat in my business and it's time to pass them along. Absolutely. Did it make you wish you had done it sooner? It definitely made me wish I had done it sooner.
100%. Same with me. It was once I actually got a good VA, I told myself, I wasted so much time, energy, and money trying to do it all myself. And it's just a mindset. It's a shift of a mindset. You got to shift that mind. You cannot, I'm not an expert at all things. I'm good at what I'm good at. And I stay in my lane. When I start swerving the other lane, it's going to be an accident. So I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane.
Every time.
Oh, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, I definitely want to say thank you for coming on and giving us this time. Thank you for the freebies. Thank you for the information. This is going to be a popular training in the group. I already know it is.
Absolutely.
So thank you again for providing value to our people.
Make sure you use Freedom. Next 48 hours, make sure you use Freedom. If you're watching a replay, go ahead and use Freedom so that way Sean knows that the Denmark sent you. And don't keep making excuses about it. Do it. Start to ease those tasks away from you. Like that slide that Sean showed you where you're running every row. Okay, slowly start to take yourself out of the business because that's what's going to make it scalable and sellable. And if it's not scalable and sellable, why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it?
Every business is meant to be sold. All right.
Facts. Unless you're looking for another job for yourself, and that don't make no sense.
High-paying job, right?
Exactly. So yeah.
I'm looking for your bag over here because you in your bag.
Thank you, Sean.
Man, thank y'all for having me. Thank you guys so much. You guys are an awesome audience, and I'm here to help you at any time. I just dropped the link inside of the chat room inside of REI Decoded, so you guys can get those free gifts we have for you today. But if y'all have any questions, I'm here for you at any time.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Don't forget to drop those links so that they can either ask questions.
Already did it.
Oh, he already did it?
He already did it. Yeah. He already on it. He did it in
there. We in there.
You guys, if you haven't got your tickets yet for the REI Decoded Summit, we are literally probably a few tickets away from closing it down. We have our meeting tomorrow with Antonio to see how he feels about extending or shutting it down. So if you didn't get your ticket yet, make sure you get your ticket because I want to make sure that you're in the building. I want to make sure your face is there. Don't say, I'm going to wait till next time because there might not be a next time. We don't know what next time looks like. We don't know what health looks like next time. We don't know what any of that looks like next time. The only thing we got is right now in the present. So let's make sure that we take the most out of it. Let's make sure that we're growing, we're learning, and we're accomplishing those goals that we tried to do at the beginning of the year. We said we were going to invest. Let's get off the sideline and do it. We said we were going to scale. Let's make sure we're scaling. We said we're going to build a team. Let's make sure we're building that team so that you can get to the next level. It is literally in your mind. It is a head thing, and you just have to execute and do it.
One thing I'm gonna say to that, Ash, is I think Sean is a perfect example of why you come to conferences, because you can get connected to high level people that you never even knew about. Mm-hmm. You can get connected to people that can help you take that next step. And you can get in a room with these people so that they can help you grow. Mm-hmm. It's not about holding all the information in. It's not about holding Sean to ourselves. It's not about holding Darlene to ourselves. It's all about allowing them to bless you guys and use our relationships to help you grow.
Absolutely.
That's why you get in the room in the conference.
And the synergy that you create, you guys can add value to each other. You may think, oh, I'm a newbie, I don't have value, but everybody has a superpower. And you can talk to Sean, or you can talk to Darlene or Darius and find out that your superpower can help their superpower. And now you just created something phenomenal. All right. So get in the room. When I say the magic is in the room, I get the chills because the magic is literally in the room. And when you're not in rooms, whether it's virtual rooms like this, whether it's physical rooms, you really don't get a chance to connect and experience that magic to get to the next level. Right. So get your tickets.
I know that we got some ex-Slipper family members on here. If y'all got y'all discount code, drop y'all discount code in the chat so people can use y'all code to get them discount tickets while they're available. Because when they're gone, they're gone.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, great training.
Love you guys. Peace.
Get to that conference.
That's right.
That's it.